Jen A., you're the first one back once again. I guess we can't talk about the Freemasons. Ay, ay, ay. Take two. Just games upon games upon games. Sometimes I hate YouTube. I'll be honest with you. Just annoying. And like I said, I guess talking about the Freemasons was not appropriate. And I wasn't even saying anything bad. So, yeah, right? Yeah, but I wasn't saying nothing bad about the Freemasons. JJ said that Freemasons aren't free. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, link to the conversation. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? Like I said, guys, I'm going to tell you what. I am not part of, me personally, I'm not part of any organization. Not part of any club, anything like that. It's funny because like people like, okay, so like I love to ride my Harley. I went for a ride today. Okay. It was a beautiful day up here, and I just was like, going to go for a ride. I wish I had Becca on the back of the bike with me, but unfortunately, she's pretty sore still. I was with her last night, and she's pretty sore. She's pretty beat up, unfortunately. But anyway, I would never, I've been, okay, so the Legion Riders, they want me to be part of that group. And it's a good group. It's a good organization. It's not a 1% club. It's all veterans. They do a lot of really good stuff for other veterans. And if I was going to join any group, it would be them. And it's funny too, because I have I have that biker look, but it's so funny because I just kind of I like to ride when I want to ride. I don't want somebody to dictate to me, you have to ride here, you have to ride there. This is a mandatory ride. That's why I've never really been involved in any clubs. I've partied with those guys. I've partied with a lot of clubs, and I'm talking 1% clubs. I'm not talking your mom and pop riding clubs. They're good dudes. I have no issues with them. I mean, as long as you're not a jerk, they're not going to be a jerk either. It's just kind of the way it goes. But I never wanted, riding is freedom for me. Absolutely. Callie H. said, riding is freedom for you. And that's exactly what it is. When I ride, it's a way to decompress. It's a way not to have to think. And the reason that I say that is because when you're on your motorcycle, anybody that rides, anybody that watches this that rides, they can absolutely know what I'm talking about. When you're on that bike, you really have to pay attention. I mean, you have to be hyper vigilant paying attention, because I don't think it's going to be me doing something stupid. It could be somebody else doing something stupid. Anybody that's new to riding, I always will tell them the same thing. When you ride your motorcycle, always expect the person to do what they're not supposed to do in a car. Okay? You always think that way, because the minute you say, oh yeah, they see me, they know what I'm doing, that's when you get hit, and that's when you get hurt or killed. Okay? It happens all the time. I've had people do really stupid things. I'm in this lane, and I had a lady, this happened this year. She just came right on over. And thank goodness I was another lane over here that I was able to go over into that lane, or otherwise I would have had to lock up the brakes. But she never saw me, And then when I came up next to her and said a few choice things, she was like, she was shocked she never saw me. And that's how quickly something bad can happen. So you really have to be hyper vigilant on that bike. So when you're like that, you're not thinking, you're not daydreaming and, geez, I wonder what color I'm going to paint the ceiling. You're not thinking about anything, like you're focusing on your ride. So for me, riding, believe it or not, is very relaxing. I really love it. I really enjoy it. And it's a way to decompress. Again, I don't have to think. I have to focus. So there's the difference there. And I just, I'm in a mandatory helmet law state. Yep, I am. Yeah, we have to have the helmets here. So, but I only had a bicycle, but I still felt the freedom. Oh, yeah, when I was on a bike as a kid, oh, my God, we rode everywhere. Everywhere. We used to see how far we could ride the bike without touching the handles. So we would ride, with no handles. So, yep. Jeep and Nessa says, my hubby always rides after work. It's his time to decompress. And that's exactly what it is. It's a great way to not think about stuff. If you're stressed, I'm going to tell you right, if you're stressed out and then you get on that bike and you go for a ride, when you come back, you're not stressed no more. Or you're not as stressed, I should say. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. Yeah, Pennsylvania's helmet free, but I don't ride without a helmet, long pants, or boots. Now, I'm going to tell you what, I've ridden down in Pennsylvania a couple times, and I've worn the helmet so far. But I will tell you this, I'll be honest, at some point when I get into Pennsylvania, I'm going to stop and I'm taking my helmet off. And I'm going to ride without a helmet on, just because I can there. So I know it's, but I always wear boots. I always wear jeans. I always wear my gloves when I ride. If it's hot out, I just have a muscle shirt on, I'll be honest with you. If it's like 90 degrees, like today, we got up to, I think, about 80 degrees today. So I had a T-shirt and I had my vest on. But we've had some colder weather. That's when I wear my leather jacket. So, that's just kind of how, it really depends. But it's wonderful. I tell you what, there's nothing like it. There's nothing I can compare it to. It's just, it's a great thing. And again, Becca loves to ride just as much as I do. So I think that's awesome too. I told her we got to do a lot of riding. So, and we will. We absolutely will. I also have a win-through armored jacket. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I'm going to tell you what, the people, I'm going to tell you the people that will be leathered up the most, okay? That is your crotch rocket guys. They'll have the pants. They'll have, police officer got shot in Kentucky. That's not good. That is not good. And that solves nothing, Yeah, that's not good at all. But yeah, the crotch rocket guys, they got every leather thing on you could possibly have happen. They're riding in Kentucky. Of course they are, because they didn't get their own way. You know what? You go with emotion. Unfortunately, that's not always the answer. You have to look at the facts, and you can't convict people on emotion, and because you want something to go a certain way. It's unfortunately. Yep, riots are escalating in Louisville. I know that the governor called out the National Guard. So, yeah, it's full swing. Yep. And good, the police are fighting back as they should. You can't allow it. You cannot allow it. So, unfortunately, it's a bad situation. And again, yeah, military can squash it quick. Absolutely. Yeah, the government expected it. Absolutely, they did. Because they didn't get their own way. You got to understand something. When you have a group of people that say, well, okay, so here's a great example, okay? And I just saw this quote today. I actually laughed because I'm like, really? Another celebrity. Queen Latifah, we are not going to let this stand. Who are you? You're a celebrity. Go sing a song and shut up, okay? It amazes me. It amazes me. I had a friend that rode in shorts, tennis shoes, and no helmet. He's no longer alive. Okie Ford just said that. Oh, I'm going to say, I couldn't tell you the number of people that I've seen, flip-flops, wearing shorts. It's amazing. Had you cracked me up. I just, like I said, with celebrities, they nauseate me. I'll be honest with you. Your job as a celebrity, as far as singer, an actor, an athlete, your job is to entertain me. That's it. That's all you got to do. I don't watch baseball because I give a crap what your political stance is. I don't watch baseball for that. I watch baseball because I've always loved baseball and I always will. Okay, baseball is my number one sport. Always has been. Diehard Yankee fan since I was a little boy, and I will be a Yankee fan until they put me in the ground. Okay. Same with the Dallas Cowboys. Love the Dallas Cowboys. You get these people. Especially actors. Those are the ones that are like the worst. Or well, some athletes, not all athletes, but some athletes. But the actors are the worst. They think that we should, because they say so, we should do it that way. Really? Again, who are they? So, well, you know what, guys? Let's do this real quick. We're at 677 in the chat. We're at 211 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask for another thumbs up really quick right now to show support for the channel. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. Also, it really does help with the algorithms. So I would ask you to do that as well for that reason. And also because I like to see a lot of thumbs up as well. So, and again, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I would ask you to please subscribe to the channel. And also make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications. Here's the problem. I want to talk about this real quick, and then we're going to do the egg count, I promise, okay? Here's the problem with this country. And I'm just going to use the United States. And I know this happens all over the world too, okay? But here's the problem with the United States. We are not looking at things. We are allowing ourselves to be manipulated on a daily basis. We are one race, my friends, one race. You know what that race is? It's called the human race. That's what we are. We're different colors. We're different shades. You look at white people, okay? I'm going to give you an example. I'll give you a great example. Put me next to my daughter. Heather is a pasty white girl. Pasty white. I am darker, okay? You know, I tan really easy. I don't burn. And so my pigmentation is different from her pigmentation. And we're relatives. That's my daughter, okay? But guess what? We're both human beings. It's amazing how that works. When you can look at other people as human beings and not because the media or the government is projecting out there that you're not supposed to like this guy because he's Muslim. You're not supposed to like this person because they have brown skin. You're not supposed to like this person because they're Oriental. You know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And as soon as we, as a human race, can realize how terribly we're being constantly manipulated, that's when we can come together. And that's when we can wake up and say, hey, what's the real problem? And how do we fix the real problem? And the real problem is government overreach, greed, big business with greed. They don't care about you and me. They want us to fight each other. They want us to kill each other. They want you to hate me because I am white. They want me to hate you because whatever color you may be. It's so stupid. It is unbelievably stupid, especially when you've never done nothing to me. Why am I going to hate somebody because they're different? I think the differences that we have makes us unique. I think it's a really cool thing. I'm going to give you a great example of something else, and I'm going to talk about uniqueness for a second. I did a motorcycle tour 2 years ago, and we had the whole group of guys and ladies that came in from the UK. And me and another guy took them around, and we did our motorcycle tour, all right? They were all white. They had a whole different viewpoint from us because they were British and we're American. And I would sit down with them and I would say, I want to hear your viewpoint on, you know, the different things, our differences in countries. And it was fascinating to hear. It didn't make them wrong. It didn't make me right. It was just different. But they were awesome. They were awesome people. And, you know, and that's, I think that's important. So, all right. So egg count. Let's do the egg count, guys. I'm sorry. I will get on my soapbox and get distracted, and that's kind of how it goes. Compton Moon. Very good guess, Compton Moon. Compton Moon said between 5 and 13. I like that. That's actually pretty funny. All right. All right. Now I got to do this because she's the first one back in 9 out of 10 chats when we have an interruption. Jen A said 6 eggs. If you said 6 eggs, you are right. 6 eggs today. I think the birds are molting. So we're definitely down in egg production. So, but when you are done, check that plug behind your light. Keeps flickering. It might be bent. Let's see. Okay. Well, thank you. How much does it cost for chicken feed 1 month? You know, it's hard to say, to be honest with you, because usually when I go, like right now, I got a ton of feed. So I'm trying to work it down before I go buy more. But feed, a 50-pound bag of feed and a 50-pound bag of cracked corn, you're looking combined about $20 for the two of those. And it really depends on how much they're eating and stuff like that. I mean, I give them a lot of greens. They get a lot of greens. They get a lot of any excess scraps. Like if I cutting up radishes or whatever the case may be, we do that as well. So they get a lot of extra stuff. Now, once we get into the winter, they're not going to get all the greens and stuff because we won't have them because we'll have snow. But that's kind of how that goes. But yeah, it's really not that expensive. They're very, very enjoyable. I feed my chickens cracked corn and table scrap greens as well, which saves feed. Yeah, oh, absolutely. And I give them the mealworms too. That's like a treat. I give them the mealworms, and they, oh my God, I just shake that bag and they come running. It's pretty funny. But they're very enjoyable. I enjoy my chickens. The eggs are a bonus. And I like that. They're very comfortable with me. Like the one morning I wasn't home, and Becky went out and she let the chickens out. And she said to me, she goes, "Those chickens were looking at me like, who are you?" Because they're so used to me. I'm the one that's always going out there every day. So, but my son's got first egg today. They're 5 months old. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Peggy. Yeah, my little ones are not laying yet. They should start laying anytime. And unfortunately, of the 5 new ones we have, I think 2 of them are roosters. Again, I think I've already said that, but but yeah, it's just that's how it goes, unfortunately. But so how is Becca? Becca's doing much better. She's still very sore. And she's doing better. So, do they eat less in the winter? Actually, Asif, they seem to eat more in the winter. They eat a lot more feed in the winter because they're not able to get out. Because like when it's covered with snow, they don't want to be outside. So they're not out scratching around and doing all that. And so yeah, they they have a tendency to eat more, and they're trying to keep weight on in the winter. That's why we make sure we give plenty of cracked corn because that helps them heat up and stuff like that. So the chickens I had would stop laying in the winter and then start back up in the spring. Well, mine slow down. Wintertime I still get eggs every day, but there may be days I'll have 3 eggs. So and then the spring, and again, it all comes down to sunlight. That's what it comes down to. So, but there's no cats here right now. I'm actually surprised. When I got ready to start the stream, I have no cats on the bed. So it's nice outside, so they're probably all out and about. But real quick, guys, I want to talk about my website real quick. Preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse 1 community on my website. It's a good resource for you. Merry Christmas. Today is a day of salvation. Repent and be baptized in Jesus' name. Acts 2:37-38. Tucker Carlson just said that billionaires are funding BLM. You know what? And that doesn't surprise me at all. Thank you very much for the statement. Thank you for the donation. But yeah, no, there definitely, there is an agenda out there to cause disruption for the election. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that. BLM, Antifa, they're absolutely all being funded. You wait and see what happens after the election. Especially, if the president's reelected, that'll all go away because then they got no choice. He's there for 4 more years. So, but yeah, Soros is a big part of that. Yep. They want anarchy. They want what they want. They don't want to have a free democracy. So, but it's unfortunate. But anyway, let me go back to my website. We have the Prepper Nurse 1 community on my website at preppernurse1.com. It is a great resource for you guys to connect with like-minded people. So encourage you to take advantage of that. Totally free to join. You do have to register, but it does not cost anything. No credit card information is asked or anything like that. Okay, so definitely take advantage of that. Even if you just want to go in and look at the message boards or whatever, A lot of great information. It's a good way to connect with people in your state or your country as well. Okay. Also on my website, we have the JDAGA, which is the CBD and hemp store. If you in the link for that's down in the description below, and also it will be on the website. You'll see JDAGA. If you click on that, it will take you to their website, and it's a great resource for CBD and hemp products. And if you decide to purchase something, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1, and you'll save yourself 15% on your purchase there. CBD products are great to have, especially it's a good prep item for pain management and a lot of other uses, joint inflammation, all kinds of different stuff, okay? So definitely take advantage of that as well, and especially the 15% savings. Also on my website, we also have the Legacy freeze-dried food. If you are interested in adding to your long-term food storage, definitely take advantage of that as well. That is on the website as well. So just putting that out there so you guys know. I'm not trying to make this into a commercial. Okay, so let's see. All 1%ers are colluding. You know, like I said, there's an agenda to cause disruption. And I've talked about this before. And in my opinion, and I'm going to give you my opinion, Joe Biden is a very, very weak candidate. Kamala Harris is a snake in the grass who slept her way to the top. I mean, let's be realistic. That's what she did. You know, she got to where she is riding her back. You know, so she's not a champion of women. She's not a great role model for women because she didn't do it the right way. She was sleeping with Willie Harris while he was married to somebody else. And that's how she got started in politics and stuff like that. She's very vindictive. She's not a good person, in my opinion. Okay. But again, they want to keep the focus off of Biden because he's weak, and they know he's weak. So if we can have all these other distractions going on, then people aren't going to be paying attention to that issue. Okay. I am really interested to see again if he actually does the debates. They're supposed to do the first one, I believe, the 29th, which I think will be very, very interesting if that goes off. In my opinion, Trump will destroy him in a debate. That's my opinion. Okay. Not that I'm rah, rah, rah Trump. I'm just saying, you know, he's a smarter man. And all he has to do is he's got to goad him. Biden's easy to goad. And with what's going on also right now with the investigation in the Ukraine with Biden family, that is not good. It just shows the corruption level that is there. Okay. You know, so these are things we need to pay attention to. Not this nonsense that a bunch of idiots are doing. Okay. We need to focus on the real issues that are going on, the things that we need to be paying attention to. So that's what I would encourage people to do. I'm going to tell you what, like I said, in my opinion, I think the election will be a landslide win for Trump. And that's just my opinion. I really do think that. The galvanization, the hatred towards Trump is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it in my life. But, you know, that's just how it goes. Yeah, the kids need to have Halloween. They better not stop the kids from going out to Halloween. I'm going to tell you what. If these morons can go out in these crowds, and this is, okay, so here's another thing. This kills me, okay? Some wedding that they had, I believe it was up in Maine, and they were saying, oh, just from that wedding, there was 150 COVID cases, and a couple people died, and it's all because of COVID. But that's at a wedding. You can have thousands upon thousands of people in the street protesting, looting, burning, beating up people because of what color they are, and none of those people are getting COVID? Come on. Come on. Ridiculous. China is going back into panic mode. Randy Romine just said that. You know, that whole situation, the tensions with China are not good. You know, and I have my concerns with that. A world war, getting involved in something like that it's never going to be a good thing. It's never going to be a good thing. So it just UK is seriously locking down in a police state now. You know what? Full of hope. I know that things were getting bad over there again. The numbers were rising again over there. You know, so yeah, it's definitely. I know you guys are facing the second lockdown, which is, like I said, the second lockdown. I mean, that's the death rattle for the economies. Hey, Merry Christmas. Just asked Joe about kids rubbing his legs. I don't know if you guys saw this video. I just saw a video, which I was like, what in the heck? Thank you very much for the statement, and thank you for the donation as well. There's a video, and Jill Biden has her hands, I'm going to make sure you can see them, out like this, okay? So here's her hand out like this. And Joe went like this on her fingers. And she like pulled her hand back real quick, and then he just smiled like some wackadoodle 5-year-old. I'm like, who does that? You're out on a campaign rally. You're out there trying to get votes and sway voters, and that's what you do? Yeah, on camera. Yes, it was on camera. You have to look it up. You know, I'm sure they have it under something, you know, Joe licks Jill's fingers. Look that up, you know. It was just like, here's the thing is, there's a time and place for everything, okay? Realistically. You want to be playful with your wife or your girlfriend or whoever you're with, have at it, have a good time, but not on a campaign trail when you're up there and your wife is giving some speech and you do that. Heads up, Aldi's ground beef, $1.59 a pound this week. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I wonder what the quality of the meat is, though. That would be scary. Yeah, war is not the answer. Worldwide bananas, bans on bioweapon is needed at all labs. Yeah, but you know what? That would be great in theory, John. It really would be. But, you know, we are a warlike creature, human beings. We like to kill each other. We enjoy killing each other. It's a sad fact that happens. China was kicked off Sweden's satellite. Vicky Savage just said. I didn't see that. But thank you for that information. Video was unedited. Dale was saying that. Oh, meats are being imported from Mexico and Brazil. And you know why? We have plenty of beef here in the United States. Why would we need to have it imported? That's what I don't understand. Yeah, it's not a perfect world. Yeah, no kidding. I hear you, John. It is not. You know what? The sad reality is the planet is big enough for everybody. It really is. If we focused on working together for the greater good of mankind, if we went to certain areas that had poor water quality, we have the technology. We do. And worked to make life better for people. Taught people how to grow properly. Grow vertically, not on the ground. It's amazing what we could do. And for everybody. But it's greed, it's power, it's control. And you have these megalomaniacs that's what they want. Control, power. Like I said, I just want to live my life. I'll tell you what I want. I want a happy life. I want me and my lady to go and travel and do all kinds of things. Go and see and help people. That's what I want to do. That's my ultimate goal, is to help people. Always has been, always will be. And, to be able to be in a position to do that would be awesome, because that is my ultimate goal. Go to people that are starting homesteads and getting started and having issues, because I've lived it. I know. I'm in my 6th year of living off grid. There's not a whole lot that you can't tell me about living off grid that I haven't done, experienced, and lived with. I've lived without. We didn't have running water for the first year and a half we were here. Hey, Aaron Sarka. They had this plan when the COVID began, including the riots. That's why they left criminals out of jail. When COVID started, they wanted this. They wanted people who were violent to make things worse. And I don't disagree with that statement. And again, yeah, if things were so bad, why are they letting these people all out of jail? That never made any sense to me. Never made any sense. And then, you're right. It's all a part of a plan, all part of a distraction. Thank you very much for the donation too. I do appreciate that. But Ed's ready for a happy wife soon too. No, I'm not, guys. I'm telling you right now. I will be in a very committed long-term relationship. We could even do some kind of ceremony with each other down the road where we committed to each other. I am not getting married again. I'm not having some piece of paper by the courts that says that, this is what you have to do. And realistically, if you're with somebody for 7 years, it's common law anyway. So they're basically your wife anyway. So, but I have potatoes coming back up. Beautiful plants. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. So, yeah, harsh winter expected this year. Yep, I heard that. Not looking forward to it. Ed, do you make a schedule for the cats so they know when to each is due to start the live streams? No, actually, it's funny. They're just not in here tonight for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think most of them are outside, to be honest with you. No, I've been married twice, so yeah, it's not happening again. Hey, Matt Phillips, all ejected professional liars do just that. Lie, both sides, all of them, no exceptions. I agree 100%. 100% with your statement. They're all liars. Every one of them. They're narcissistic liars. They don't know how to tell the truth if they jumped up and bit him in the behind. And they're all for themselves and the people that got them elected, which is not you and me. It's the special interest groups that get them elected. That's who they owe, because that's who finances what they do in their lifestyles. So, yeah. Go check and see if a cat wants in. No, they're not. Nobody's coming in. I don't know. Like I said, I hear no scratching. They're just, like I said, they're out and about. It's a nice night out there. So, But no, Becca and I have talked about that scenario, not rushing into anything. But, we both agreed not getting married again is definitely, not what we would want to do. Like I said, I don't need a piece of paper to say that I'm committed to somebody, that's the only person that I want to be with. That's the only person I want to spend my time with. I don't need a piece of paper for that. So, but like I said, I've done it twice, and the only emotion, guys, stronger than love is hate. And when you are in a relationship with somebody, okay, and then they don't want to be in that relationship with you anymore, unfortunately, a lot of times, then they want revenge. They want to hurt you. They want to hurt you in any way possible. And unfortunately, that happens a lot. So, yeah, so Mary Loop or Lap just said, marriage ruins a relationship. In a lot of cases, it does. Yep. New York is not a common law state. Oh, awesome. Good to know, Peggy. Thank you. Yeah. Follower of Jay says, no emotion is stronger than love. Yes. Hate is stronger than love. That is the only emotion that is stronger than love. Hate is the only emotion stronger than love. We're going to have to agree to disagree on that one, follower of Jay. But yeah, I've done it twice, not doing it again. No interest in it. Do you have a contingency plan for your area should a fire break out in your area? You know what? We really don't. We don't have fires out here. That's the whole thing. We don't. We are in an environment where we do get a lot of rain, so we never really get to that point where, oh my God, things are so dry, the whole place is going to burn down. Now, this was a dry summer. We had a dry summer and still had no fires up in this area. So that's not something that we think about. Now, I'm going to tell you what, they do have through the hills in different spots, there are fire breaks, okay, where they cut through the hills and there is no trees through those areas, just in case. So, hate is just a displaced emotion, follower of Jay. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but yeah, I've seen it in action. I've seen some people be very, very bitter, which is sad. It's unnecessarily so. And you know what? When you have that situation, the biggest ones that suffer, it's not either one of the parents. It's not ever the parents. It's the children who suffer. And that's not necessary either, So, but that's not true. I do have it backwards. Love is stronger. It's just violent. If you love them, let them go before getting mad. Well, like I said, we're going to have to disagree on that one. You know what? been in love. It is the most wonderful feeling in the whole world. It really is. It's a wonderful way to feel when you see that person and they light up your world. It's just, there's nothing like that. That is the best. Spending time with them, just seeing them, their touch. When you kiss them or holding their hand. There's nothing like that. Nothing beats that. Okay. That's just kind of how I feel about that. So, but yeah. So. It's a pretty strong emotion, but it's a very pleasant one, and I like it. So, let's see. Ellen, the fam, Ed, please send healing for Spartan in the chat going through cancer. Oh, geez, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to tell you what. Cancer is an absolute monster. Cancer doesn't care. Cancer doesn't care about your age, doesn't care about your race, how rich or poor you are. Cancer will just take you out. Very, very unpleasant. I believe they have a cure for cancer? I absolutely believe they do. They make more money off treating cancer, so they'll never give us that cure. That's my opinion, but I do believe that they definitely have a cure for that, and they could do something about it if they wanted to, but they won't, unfortunately. So what are we at? 7:30 in the chat here, guys. We're 395 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask again for another thumbs up, please, to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for doing that. I appreciate that. Also, it really does help with the algorithms as well. So the more interaction we have, the better it is for the channel. So thank you for that as well. And again, I do like to see a lot of thumbs up, so I'm not going to lie. That's the truth as well. So also, again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So, let's see. Yeah, they have a cure for cancer. It's called not taking vaccines. I'll tell you what. Yeah, the vaccine stuff is ridiculous. Let's see what we got. Somebody just said Louisville is screwed. Yeah, they're definitely going nuts down there. Okay, so here's a great example. So, I agree there's a cure for the most illnesses. Pharmaceuticals are making money off the treatment. They have the technology, guys. We don't even need oil to have cars run, stuff like that. Other people have figured out other ways to make a combustible engine with using water and all kinds of stuff. And what happens is these big companies, they buy up that technology and they shelf it because, like your oil companies, they want that control. They want you dependent on oil. And so that happens a lot. There's a lot of technology out there. Like Tesla. Tesla wanted to give power away for free. Think about that. Okay, he wanted to give that away for free. Hate shortens your life, love lengthens it. You know what? And I agree with you, John, 100%. 100%. If you put out positive energy, if you try to do decent stuff in life, it comes back to you. It enriches you. It makes your life better. When you're full of hate and bitterness and anger, it shortens your life. And people don't want to be around you. Have you ever been in some place and somebody's giving off that really bad negative energy? It really brings you down, and you just want to get away from them. That happens a lot. So then how is hate stronger, John? Okay, we're still on that. All right. People will do things in anger that you would never do when you're in love. When people are angry, vicious things they do to people they supposedly love. I mean, you look at some of the things that people have done to people they supposedly love and care about because they're upset or they're angry. So, it's just, I'm trying to give a good example of something. I'm going to give you an example. So I'm going to, again, use myself, okay? One time in my life, have you ever heard of temporary insanity? One time in my life that I experienced temporary insanity. And this goes back a long, long time ago. We were all in our 20s, all right? I was living with my mom and my stepfather at the time. My sister and both of my cousins and my one cousin's wife were living with my grandparents, half mile around the corner. One of the things, and I've told you guys before, and I've said this before, the one thing I cannot stand ever is men that beat up on women. Can't stand it. Okay. Hey, Asif, anger. Watch Star Trek True 2, Wrath of Khan. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the donation. So, phone rings in the middle of the night. I had my own line in my room. They had their line. My stepfather comes in, wakes me up, and says, "Your cousin just hit your sister." And I went, "What?" He said, "Your cousin just hit your sister." And I'm like, "I'm going to kill him." He goes, "Well, your mom's already on her way over there." Because their phone rang and mom took off and went over there. So I started getting dressed. Now, my niece at the time was living with us. She was maybe 3 years old. And the phone rings again. Larry answers the phone. And he comes into me, goes, "Now we just hit your mother." I went, "What?" He goes, "Now we just hit your mother." Okay. Hey, Becky Ickles, thank you very much for the donation. So I'm going to show you why hate is so much more powerful. So he goes, "I'm going with you." And I said, "No, you stay here with the baby." He tosses me his keys for his truck, because for whatever, I must have been blocked in or something. He says, "Kick his A." And I said, "Oh, I will." So I get over there to the house, and I walk in. My grandparents are sitting at the table. And I can hear my grandmother going, "Not in the house, not in the house." I see my sister, and I walk up to my sister, and I grab her head. And she's cut up through here, okay? Cut up through here. And I grabbed her head, and I saw that. And then out of the corner of my eye, I saw my cousin. And he ran upstairs. And I had, like that, the rage. I cannot even begin to explain the rage that I felt. And I ran upstairs, looked in one room, he wasn't there, looked in the other room, he wasn't there, and he went in. I looked in the last room. And he was like, Ed, let's talk. And I went, F talk. And I just started hitting him. At one point, I picked him up by his head and put him through a closet door the wrong way. His brother came up, my other cousin, and he grabbed me, and he was like, Ed, you can't. And I couldn't get my arms free. And I'll never forget this, because, this is how much of a rage that I was in. And this is why hate is such a strong emotion. I couldn't get my arms free, so I started to use my own head on him. I started to hit him in his face with my head. That's how angry I was. Hey, Tower Bear. Good evening, Prepper Nurse and fam. Dropping in from the Fugel fam. I heard a story years back of a guy actually was making a car run off of water somehow. He was making hydrogen. He was contacted by someone in the government and never seen again. Wow. Thank you very much for that information, and thank you very much for the donation as well. But yeah, and thank you very much. Tell Adam, again, thank you for Fugel fam. You guys are awesome. Love Adam and his channel. He's got a great channel over there. So thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that. If my cousin Terry had not been there that night, I don't know what I would have done. That's how angry I was. I had completely lost it. Literally temporary insanity. And again, it is because another officer fatally shot in Louisville. Jeez, that's terrible. So, but anyway, God, people are just insane right now. They're insane. But that's an example of how much more powerful hate is than love. Okay, that's not something that I'm proud of, but that's one thing. And him and I talked later. And I told him, and I said, listen, don't ever put your hands on my women. And my mom, my mother, my grandmother, those were my women. You don't put your hands on them. And anybody that ever would, it's just like Heather's new boyfriend. We had that talk. And I told him, I said, if you ever put your hands on my daughter physically, I said, I will beat you to death. And, I don't play. When it comes to that, with my women, I do not play. That's just how I roll. Becca, obviously, if somebody did something violently to her, they would deal with me. Period. No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. But so that's I just wanted to put that out there so you guys could understand, because it kept going back to how is hate stronger? Hate is much stronger. Hate is much stronger. Hate will make you lose your mind. Love will make you lose your mind in a different way, but hate will make you absolutely lose your mind. So anyway, so that once in a while you get these crazy stories from my past. That's one of them. My cousin and I never fought again. Never have had, never had a. No, I'm still here, guys. Let me know when I'm back. You must be buffering on your end. Too late for take 3. I agree. So we got people jumping out of here now, thinking that they're doing the buffering. Oh, you guys are back? Okay. Yeah, I was never gone. So, yeah, that's weird. Hey, Merry Christmas. I don't blame you, Ed. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Nope, yep, good. Everybody's back. All right, cool. Yeah, because when you guys were like, he's gone, I'm like, nope, I'm still here. Oh, my God. Anyway, so let's do this before we have any other issues. We are Legion because we are many. We are all over the world, all over the country. Huge family out there, preppers and off-gridders. So where is everybody from tonight? Let's do that really quickly. I didn't say the F word. Nope, I did not say it. So we got Indiana, Oklahoma, Nowhere, Oklahoma, Montreal, Canada, Pittsburgh, PA, Verona, New York. Let's see, New York Islands, Illinois, St. Louis, Florida, Las Vegas, Nevada, Iowa. We have Nebraska. Illinois, Pittsburgh, PA, Michigan, Twin, Alabama, Florida. Hold on. There we go. Gavinsport, New York, BC, Canada, Virginia. We have Texas, Hawaii, West Virginia, Georgia, Southwest Ontario, Canada. Let's see, Northern California, New Hampshire, Ontario, Canada, Christmas Valley, Oregon, very nice, Montreal, Canada, Connecticut, somewhere, Oklahoma. Must be a different place then. We have nowhere and somewhere. Missouri, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Washington, Franklin County, Ohio, Denver, Colorado. Let's see, Vashon, Washington, Kent, Ohio, Oregon. My deck. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're from your deck. She hates this. You can tell. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Brunswick County, Virginia. Yes, you hate this. You hate the love. Arkansas. So, guys, we're all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge family, a huge, big network of people. We are truly the ones that can make a difference when the time comes, and I really think, in a way, it's our obligation to do that. So, I would definitely encourage everybody, to do the best you can, and that's all we can do. Again, with what's going on right now in Louisville, that's horrible. We got New Zealand there, just came through. Horrible, horrible thing. Are you okay? You going to make it? You going to make it? She's a nut job. Let's turn around so people can see it this way. Let's turn you this way. Oh, yes. Be a lady now. Be a lady. Don't show your bits. But anyway, guys, what's going on right now in Louisville is ridiculous. People are just, the reaction is not, it's just wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. And killing police officers because you're angry over something, what do you think that those cops are going to do when somebody shoots at them? What do you think that they're going to do? And again, she was no innocent victim. That's the other part of this equation that people are not taking into account. So, but anyway, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. I do appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Being here for show after show and doing everything, I do appreciate that. You guys are great. Guys, if you haven't had the chance yet, get over and see Adam on the West Coast there, Marfugal News. Great channel, a lot of good information. So definitely get over there, show him some support. Make sure you tell him the Prepper Nurse 1 sent you. He's got a great channel over there. Let's cover our bits up here. We don't be flashing nobody. Don't be flashing. Sorry. What? You don't care. You're like, just pet me. Just give me some love. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. And again, we are one race called the human race. As soon as we can focus on that and not the other stuff, we're going to be much better off, okay? Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. It's really important we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Also remember, guys, STD. Love the acronym. Step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can accomplish it if you work at it methodically. The only person that can hold you back is you. That's it. Nobody else. All right? Stay positive. Stay away from the negativity. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now. What?